Hey y'all, welcome. It's Mary Campbell at Unleash the Medium. Welcome to the ranch. Before I forget, make sure you go to my website. It's down there in the little menu, www.marycampbell.com, and get your free gratitude meditation. It's 15 minutes of guided with music meditation that will really just help you appreciate your day, your life, get you out of a funk, and create some really wonderful magic in your life. So be sure and grab your free meditation at my website. And also join the Unleash the Medium Facebook group, because there you can post questions for me and I'll answer them on the next week's show. So, and of course, follow all the social media. And so what I want to talk about tonight is spiritual experiences. I was thinking about it today. Like when I was a child, I started having experiences. And you might have too, or even as an adult, because you know a lot of mediums. Let me explain the difference. A psychic, they tune into you and the aura around you. A medium is a psychic, but also talks to people in spirit, where some psychics do not have that ability to talk to people in spirit. And it's all about vibration, how high you vibrate, because spirit actually vibrates super, super fast. And so the medium has to raise her or his vibration, and the spirit has to lower their vibration. So we kind of come at sort of a balanced meeting field, I guess you might say. So anyway, back to the spiritual awakenings or experiences. Like when I was a child, and some of these things might have happened to you or as an adult, like I said, because a lot of mediums, sometimes they don't even realize they have any spiritual gifts till they're adults. So it's not like it's a special gift and only one person has it or the select few. Anybody has it. It's just whether you develop it or not. And so when I was a child, I used to think I was actually a little Indian girl, like a Native American Indian girl. I would do ceremonies. Back when I was growing up, we played outside all the time. We were never indoors. It was like, come home for dinner, come home before dark, different time. So I would play outside. I'd make bows and arrows. I'd make pottery. I'd make utensils. I mean, I really felt inside like I was a Native American girl, except I actually felt like I was older than I was. But this one time for Thanksgiving, I felt like I had to do a ceremony. So we had the Thanksgiving Day turkey. And of course, you know, you take all the meat off and you throw the carcass away. Well, I had to do my ceremony with the bones. So, sorry for that noise. So I went in the trash and got the turkey carcass out and washed it. Of course, no one was around when I did this. They were busy doing other stuff. And I dried it off and I went in my room and I had my special ceremonies because I just knew I was supposed to have these ceremonies. Well, later my mom found the turkey carcass in the closet and was wondering what the heck was that all about. So that was just one of my spiritual experiences. And I don't know, maybe when you were a kid, maybe spirits came to visit you, or maybe you felt like you could talk to animals, or maybe you saw things, or maybe you just knew things or would have like prophetic dreams or something. Other experience I would have is, I mean, this is like, I don't know, first, second grade. There would be, or maybe younger, I'm not sure. There would be people in my room at night. And of course you scream and you cry, the boogeyman or pirates or whatever I would call them. And my mom would come running I go, they're in my room. They're in my room. And she goes, nobody's here. Well, what those spirit people would do when she was coming down that hallway is, I swear, they just went under my bed and they were hiding under my bed. So I'd make my mom look under the bed. They're under the bed. And of course, she never saw anything except maybe a dust bunny or two. Um, so that was another experience. But I would have all kinds of things like that happen to me. And then I would start, as I got a little older, I would start remembering past lives, like the movie Gone with the Wind. I remember seeing that movie in the theater. Now, the movie came out in 1939, the end of 1939. I apparently was not born then. But I remember myself, I was a young lady. I had a hat on. I remember my coat. I remember the theater. I remember the way the seats were upholstered and how the theater actually looked, and seeing the movie. Because when it eventually came on TV, I knew all the endings. I knew all the parts. I think I was too young to even read the book, Gone with the Wind. But I knew it all. And I remember telling my parents, oh, I saw that before. And they're like, no, you didn't. You couldn't have. It just came on TV. Oh, no, I remember it. I saw it. I saw it. But, you know, the beauty about today is most parents are a little more enlightened about spiritual things with their kids, because so many kids are coming in that remember their past lives. They have spiritual gifts. They know things. They see things. So it's a little more accepted, or at least there's more help and awareness to develop it. But although I had these things as a child, a lot of people, this happens in adulthood as well. Like I've talked about in previous shows with having guests on, that sometimes it could be a traumatic event that stimulates all this, or maybe a near-death experience or something like that. But I also remember when I was a child, and maybe if you have animals, you already feel like you have this special bond with your animals. And I remember talking to the animals. I knew instinctively that I could connect with them without talking. So I knew, I guess you would call it nowadays telepathic communication. But in my mind, I wouldn't have to say anything. I just knew that if it was a little birdie that fell out of a nest, or if it's a dog or a cat, no matter what it was, I knew that that animal understood what I was communicating to it without even opening my mouth. And to this day, animals still know I can talk to them, but that's a whole nother story. I have a lot of animals: goats, horses, had a cat, but the coyotes got him. Have a dog. And so think about it. You know, can you remember any experience, or like maybe you had a dream that something was going to happen, and it kind of jarred you, like you woke up and you go, oh, wow, what was that? Or you might have dreamed of your loved one that's in spirit. And you know that that means that your loved one actually did come to you, because loved ones do visit you when you sleep. Not always, but when they do, it's very special. That's one way you can communicate with them too. And pretty soon I'm going to take a caller here, Annette from British Columbia. Well, I have a good friend that lives up that way. So, as I was saying, when I was a little kid too, I knew that the name I had was not my real name. And years later, I found out it wasn't my real name. My name was Mary, but as you see, it's Mari, and then there was another part to it I won't mention because I never liked that second part, so I kind of dropped it in high school. But I also felt like I was in the wrong family. I just always felt that as a child. So when you're a child, you know these things and they're truths, but adults around you usually won't confirm it. And actually, to my parents' credit, I never said anything like, this is not my real name and I am in the wrong family. Okay, so how that evolved is later I found out that the dad that raised me was really my stepdad and that I had a biological dad. I didn't find this out till high school. And back then, I'm a little older, so back then there's no internet. So I couldn't do a search. So years later, to wrap that up, I found my biological father. And guess what? I live next door to him out in a ranch in Texas. So it all worked out good. And God bless my stepfather. He was a loving, kind man, but he died when I was young 20s. So I missed a lot of years without a father. So I'm really grateful I have one now. So anyway, we have a call from Annette. Let's take the call from Annette. Hey, Annette.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Hello.
How can I help you?
Hello?
Yes, I'm here.
I can't hear you. Sorry.
I'm here. I can hear you.
Oh, hi.
Yeah. How can I help you, Annette?
I'm just wondering if there's anything like any spirits like coming through for me.
Any spirits coming through for you? Right away, I do feel like there is a woman in spirit. And she feels like an aunt. Would you have an aunt in spirit?
Yes.
Okay, so I felt like she's very motherly in a way. And she's very smiley because she's like, oh boy, super excited. And so let me see. An aunt spirit. And would this aunt be related to your mother's side?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Because I felt like there was like a close bond there. And she makes me feel like she was really special in an aspect of she had a unique thing about her. Like she was a little bit, I don't know if quirky is the right word, or a little bit different in a fun way. Like she really made your life fun. Would that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Because I definitely feel like she was special. And I actually feel like she liked to laugh and she liked to,
Yeah.
I don't know if she was really a good joke teller, but she definitely makes me feel like she was up for jokes. And that kind of banter. Would you understand that?
Okay. Yes.
And I don't know why, but she just makes me feel like going like this. And I don't know what that's all about, but I guess she's just so excited to be here. And she feels to me, and I could be wrong, but she feels to me like she was a little bit taller. I'm only 5'3", so she's definitely taller than me. Would that make sense?
Okay. She's about 5'5", I guess.
Okay, she's taller than me. So that would be tall in the world. and I see her by herself. So it makes it she's by herself right now. So it makes me feel like if she had a husband, she went first.
Okay.
Is that right or wrong? You can
Actually,
say
her husband passed away before her.
Oh, okay. Because she makes me feel like she was alone. Oh, there you go. Okay, I screwed
Hmm.
that up. She was alone, so he did go first. Because I just saw her by herself. And,
Okay.
but I do see her with him. And with him, would he have been more, he makes me feel like he was more stout.
More what? Sorry.
Stout, like a little heavier.
Oh, no.
Okay, because he definitely makes me feel like he was heavier, and so that apparently that's okay if that doesn't match up because he just feels more grounded.
Okay.
And
Is there any males coming through at all?
well, I just feel like I see him with her, and then I do see another male off to the side, not like those two are embraced together, and then I see one off to the side. So this male to the side, I feel like he has a lot of love for you.
Oh.
And it makes me feel like um I don't know, it makes me feel like, oh, my heart be still. That kind of love.
Mm-hmm.
And would he be your husband?
No.
Father?
Might be.
Because
How old is he?
the way I see him, and they can appear however they want to, but how I see him is like probably
Okay.
first he showed me younger, like 30ish, but then I see him like 50,
Okay.
50, 60. I don't see him old.
Hmm.
So, but
Okay.
I felt like he was really bonded to you. That's why I thought he was your
Well,
husband.
my son passed away. He was 21.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I misjudged his age. That's possible because it's really hard to tell sometimes. Sometimes I can get it spot on. Sometimes it's difficult. But
Yeah.
because all I know is this young male has such a strong love for you. That is the very first thing
Yeah, I
that I
know that my
felt.
son and me were like that.
Oh yeah, and that's why I felt like he was your husband because he had such a strong love for you. But okay, that was wrong, and that's
Oh.
okay. Sometimes we get things wrong. It's all right. Um, but he wants to bring up that he's been watching you do something, like you have been up to something lately that's not your everyday. It's like
Yeah.
I see you like I don't know if it's a desk or a table, and you're just busy doing things, and it's like you're doing this venture. Would any of
Okay.
that make sense to you?
Um, sort of.
Yeah, well, he sees you scurrying around, and you're in your own thoughts with whatever this project or thing that you're working on, and
Okay.
he's I wonder if you have felt him because he's been there watching you do this. Do you
Okay.
ever do you ever feel him around you?
Yeah, I find dimes a lot. Like I have found about 500 dimes since he passed away.
Yeah. Yeah. That would definitely be a sign from him for sure. But I feel like
Wow.
when he was here, he would be like hovering right by you, following you around.
Yes.
Mom,
Yeah.
blah blah blah, blah, telling you all about everything like he was chatty patty.
Yeah.
Just really a great kid. I mean, I love him. But I definitely feel
Thank
like
you.
you could probably say he was a mama's boy, but without being like, a mushy mama's boy. He was a boy. He was a young male, So I do feel like, he was into sports and things like that. But he was a mama's boy, no doubt.
Oh.
And he's just I feel like he would stand there like and his hip would kind of be tilted and he'd just kind of tilt his head and look at you and just give you that smile and it would just melt your heart and you'd go, oh my gosh, how can I be mad at him? He's so adorable.
Oh.
Would that make sense?
Yeah, he was so kind to everybody. Had so much respect. He had so much respect for everybody.
He is a sweetheart and a gentleman. But he is a boy, so that saying that boys are made of what? Puppy dog tails and all snakes or whatever, all that kind of stuff. He was 100% boy. So he kept you on your toes for sure.
Yes.
And he shows me there was a card, like you would remember a card, like a special card from him to you.
Would card?
You still, like a card, like a birthday card or Mother's Day card, some kind of card like that. Would you still have that? Yes? No? Maybe so? Hello? Annette? Oh, okay. What a good time to have a visit from a son. Oh my gosh, that's wonderful. And an aunt and an uncle. So we'll wait, see if we get her back. But spirits like that, they just, like she was talking about, he leaves dimes. Some people might get pennies. Some people get quarters. That's pretty good too. Or birds might come by. Annette?
Hello, I'm back.
Oh, good. So when I lost you, I was talking about a card, like a birthday or a Mother's Day card.
Yeah, I have a Mother's Day card from him from when he was only 5 years old.
Perfect, because I was just going to say, I was saying that he shows it to me and that you have it.
Oh.
Yeah. So, it's your son. I can feel chills all over me. I hope you feel chills too, because he's like $1 million. I just love this kid.
Is there anything he wants to tell me?
He wants you not to be afraid. He wants you to do something that you wouldn't have done before because it wouldn't be sensible or it wouldn't be how mom is. There's something you're considering that he wants you to go for it.
Oh, okay.
And so if the opportunity's not here right now, it's going to come. Because it's like,
that's great news.
I can see him like pushing you, like, Mom, do it. You can do it. You've got this. He's your cheerleader.
That's all so nice to hear.
Oh, good. Yeah, he's your super trooper for sure. And so that's the big thing that he wants to tell you. And it is holidays coming up, and he doesn't want you to be sad and missing them. because he wants you to remember all the fun times you did have together instead of focusing on the emptiness of not having them, or the
Yeah, it
things
always
that,
gets like that.
yeah, or
In 7
the
years.
thought,
So.
yeah, the thoughts that might come to you like, oh, I won't see him married, I won't see grandkids, all those kinds of future thoughts. He doesn't want you to go there. He wants you just to focus on all the fun times you had raising him as a wonderful mom into a wonderful young man. And it's just his time to go, but he's always around you. So he's probably going to come back and tell me if you start getting sad in the holidays. So you better be happy, all right?
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
And, oh, God bless you, and have a wonderful holiday season. And you have a terrific son, and I really like your aunt too. And your uncle seems a little more stodgy compared to your aunt.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, I gotta go, folks.
Nice
So I want to say happy trails. I'll see y'all next week. Go to my group, Unleash the Medium, on Facebook. Post me a question so I can answer it for you. And until next week, have a Merry Christmas. Not quite. 1 week away. Be safe and happy. God bless.